equations. Two runners started from the same point at the same time. They will be 4 miles apart at the end of 2 hours if running in the same direction with a constant speed. And they will be 16 miles apart at the end of the 1 hour if running in opposite direction with a constant speed. Find the speed of the slower runner and of the faster runner. So let's create some equation. First of all, let's take this position from position A to position B. So let's create here. So let me take a pen. Let me create here from A position to position B. So we need here to create one equation. But because these runners are running with a constant speed, so they have a speed, but in the other hand they have a direction, we can write it with a velocity. So v1 and v2, so both runners run with a constant velocity from the same point. But at a certain point, but by the end they are going to be, the distance is going to be about 4 miles apart. So d1 minus d2 is going to be equal with 4 miles. On the other hand, v is equal with d divided by t. But if we want d to write in the terms of vt, we can multiply everything by t, and d is equal v times t. But in the case here, time is a constant, 2 hours, they run in for 2 hours, so I'm writing t with as a constant, but v1 has velocity of the first runner minus t, the second runner, which is the slower one, has a different velocity, and this is 4 miles. So just let me write the 4 without units right now for the convenience of the computation. But the t here is a 2 hours. v1 minus 2, v2 is equal with 4. If we divide the whole this equation by 2, we get v1 minus v2 is equal with 2. So let's say this is equation 1. And now I want to create as a linear system, and I want to create another equation. Another equation gives from this text, because it says and they will be 16 miles apart at the end of 1 hour if running in opposite direction. So if they run in opposite direction, the difference is going to be about 16 miles apart. Let's say now they're going from point B to A. So let me create another line here, and let me write this is a B and this is A. But now their first runner, V1, so let me say here was a V2 and here V1. But now V1 starts in this direction, so V1 starts in this direction here, and let's say as a vector now, let's say this is a positive value because it goes in the direction of the destination. But the other runner is going to be, V2 is going still to be in opposite direction, in this direction here. And let's say according to this, because he is not in the direction of the destination, let me write V2 with a negative sign. And now again, this difference, V1 or d1 minus d2 is going to be equal with 16 miles apart. And v1 t, because the t is a constant, here is a minus, so this minus here. But because this vector is with the opposite direction, I'm going to write this vector with a negative v2 is equal with 16. And now let me rearrange this equation a little better. But the t is 1 hour. If I'm plugging here 1, it's not going to change anything, so it's going to be just v1. 1 times v1 is v1. Negative times negative is a positive. And t, of course, here is 1 times v2 is a v2. And this is equal with 16. So this is equation 2. And now we have a system of linear equation, and let's take equation 1 and 2. So let's take equation 1 and equation 2. So equation 1 was already here, v1 minus v2 is equal to 2. v1 minus v2 is equal to 2. And equation 2 is v1 plus v2 is equal to 16. v1 plus v2 is equal to 16. Now, this here we can cancel v2 with the v2. what remains here, 2v1 is equal with 2 plus 16 is 18. If we divide everything by 2, this implies v1 is equal with 9. So v1 is 9 miles per hour, 9 miles per hour. So this is the v1. So this is the faster runner, is v1 is equal to 9 miles per hour. But if we want now to find the slower runner, we take an equation here. Let's take this equation 2. So v1 plus v2 is equal to 16. v1 we already got here 9 miles per hour plus v2 is equal to 16. And we subtract everything by 9, minus 9 this side and the other side. So this cancel, and v2, so the slower runner is going to be 16 minus 9 is a 7 mile per hour. So the slowest runner is going to run a 7 mile per hour, while the faster runner is going to run for 9 miles per hour.